guys, it's Wednesday and that means that today we have Digital Classroom. Now once a month we do a live show straight from our studio called Digital Classroom. And it's always fun. We never know what we're going to do. The only thing we know is it's 2 hours and we do photo shoots and retouching. So we're now setting up everything. This morning I had a visit from a photographer who wanted a one-on-one. And what we do in the one-on-one is mostly, there are people that have a lot of questions about lighting, coaching a model, business, and we just sit down, a one-on-one conversation, and well, it can take 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, and often the people go home with all their questions answered. So that was this morning, and now we are in the middle of setting up everything for Digital Classroom. So enjoy today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors, including Digital Classroom. Okay, so we start with everything set up in the middle. So now I have to determine which backgrounds I want to use and what kind of lighting. And today we're going to do a very special episode because we're going to use small flash, lume cubes and Elinchrom. So we're going to use all 3 different techniques combined into one episode. So that's going to be very interesting. During a previous test broadcast we actually had some hiss in the background, noise, and that was because we had some settings wrong on the Sennheiser. Now imagine a very weak signal coming in and we had to amplify that a lot, so that will actually create noise. So we changed this, and first before the broadcast we recorded a little bit on the hard drive to see how my sound voice, so you can hear that I can actually sing, not really. And we don't have any clipping anymore, so we have this one on a rather high level, and that means that we don't need a lot of amplification. So the sound should now be great, better than all previous Digital Classrooms, and we are ready. And we're now about, let me see, we're counting down on YouTube. We're 1 hour and 26 minutes away, and Afra is preparing my camera, and Steffi is walking around, and Anna-Week is setting up all the other cameras. So it's gonna be fun. So in an hour and a half we're going to start, but first of course we're going to show you what we do in the background. Okay, we're about 9 minutes before the start and we tested everything, and here we have the Wacom and the BenQ. Here we have our live chat and of course Wirecast, the monitor where I can see everything that I shoot, and that's the area where we're going to shoot. So Anna-Week is actually going to use her iPad for Facebook Live. So it's going to be a first time that we try this during a long broadcast. So let's hope everything works. Oh yeah, only 36 minutes left. 36 seconds. We have people online from New York, Finland, Rene, that's in the Netherlands. And we are almost ready to go. The only thing I now have to do in a moment is go live. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, because you're actually going to see this after the episode. And I now have to turn down this camera, turn off, because we have to go live in 5, 4, bye guys. Okay guys, we're done with Digital Classroom. It all went, I think, very well, and we had a lot of viewers, and this was actually the first time that we streamed to both YouTube Live and Facebook Live, and that really made a huge difference. So I tried to answer all the questions. If I didn't answer your questions, I'm sorry, you can always email me about them. So let's take a look at the images that we shot during Digital Classroom. Okay, this first shot I took with the Expo Imaging flashbender, the Frank Doorhof flashbender with soft silver. And I actually used the strip light and grid attachment for this one. I really love the light fall off here, and you can have immense control with that grid. Let me go in a little bit closer so you see that the face isn't overexposed. So it really gives you a nice rendering in your light. Absolutely awesome flashbender. Okay, the next one we shot with the Elinchrom ELC, and of course the Beauty Dish with grid. If you go closer you can see that we just barely see catch lights in her eyes, and most of the face actually on top here is covered by her head. Now a lot of people ask me, like, okay, if somebody is wearing a cowboy hat like this, should I light from the bottom up? Never do that. In nature the sun is always coming from that direction. So in other words, it wouldn't make any sense to make this totally lit. And that would actually be totally unnatural, because then, well, the light is coming from there, where's the shadow? So if you use something like this, make sure that there's some shadow over here, so you can make it look like it's a natural light shot. Now, of course you want some catch lights in the eyes, and that's why normally we would place the light, let's say, a little bit higher. And for this shot, we actually placed it a little bit lower. So you still have that light hitting her forehead, oh sorry, the shadow hitting her forehead, but you can still see the cat's lights in her eyes, and you can see dark, distinct shadows over here. So never ever take away those shadows, because the picture won't look natural anymore. So this was shot with strobes, so studio strobes. So we had small flash, studio strobe. And for the last setup we actually used the lume cubes. As you can see here, I'm using one lume cube from the back, and actually a lume cube on the lowest power setting on the front. And here we don't even use the front lume cube. Oops, sorry. I have to go, of course, to this one. There we go. So this one, one lume cube from the back. And as you can see, you can do a lot of stuff with the lume cubes. I absolutely love playing with them. And you get a lot of power from them, especially when you use them close up. This was all shot in the ISO 100, ISO 200. This is actually an ISO 250 on 3.5. So you get a lot of light from those little cubes. Okay, so these were the results from Digital Classroom from today. Probably you already saw the episode. If not, go to our YouTube channel and you can see the result or the broadcast there. Thank you so very much for watching today's episode, guys. And we'll see you again on Friday. And on Saturday, of course, we have our open house. Tomorrow I have a day off, so there's no behind the closed doors tomorrow. But on Friday we'll pick it up again. So thank you so very much for watching, guys. See you.